really brief. We can see right here that from the previous section of the previous video, we had a little bit complications right here, and that was the date differential in milliseconds. Now, what it's saying that I should include the D part when it comes to milliseconds. Um, I have to go research this because I think it's kind of strange that we do have a problem with milliseconds right here, because it's in an overflow. It causes, the error says the function resulted in an overflow. So we go back to this. We check the videos that we were watching, which this guy had right here, and let's see.
Now what I've done is I've taken January 1st versus the current date, and I've passed in a bunch, all the different parameters here that are available. We can get our results back and see that for year and quarter, well, January 1st is in the same year and the same quarter that today is, so those show up as 0.
So looking back, it looks like everything was given. We go back to video. Everything was, the overflow is a result to not having to put this right here. Maybe that's the case. So we run it again and execute, and that's, oh, we still have an overflow, and it's just saying the date difference function resulting in an overflow. The number of date parts separating two dates that instance is too large. So, oh, you see, it's an overflow. So it's not really about this right here. It's about the time, because we're doing milliseconds and we are all the way in a different year time. So it's really tough right here. So let's reduce that to 2016. Execute. Is it line 10? We're still having an overflow because it's that year. So I'm going to go back here and reduce this to 2016. Go back here, reduce this to 2016, run, execute. We're still having an overflow. Why an overflow? I really don't know why, because it's supposed to get the difference between these two dates right here, which we're having an overflow. It doesn't make no sense to have an overflow. So we're just gonna deal with this later and execute this right here. So we executed everything we did from the first command line, which is the line that said the year, this right here, and the subtraction right here is get the dates from this. So the equation should look like this. I'm just putting it right here, so everything behind that is a comment. So we know that it's 2016 we're in, right? Minus 2015 should give us 1. Exactly what we got. So we go down here, put the comments down, the quarter. So we have 2016. Okay. 2016 minus, so the quarters. We're trying to find the quarters. So if is minus 2015, right? We're going to get 1, and there are 4 quarters. In yeah. So now we go here, and the months right here is this 12 plus the additional January. So it should be saying 2, right? So we're in February, right? And this is January. So we first have the additional 12 months plus 1 month, which is 13, you know what I'm saying? And now we go day of the year. The day of the year, we have 365 days, right? Plus, and this should be interesting right here. This is 365 days minus, no, 365 days plus an extra month, which is 30 days or 31 days. Let's say it's January is 31 days. Yeah, 31 days. We should come up with a result close to 396, right? Plus an additional days that we met here, which comes up close to, you know what I'm saying, gives us close to 415. So now it's basically the calculations that you need to see right here. It's now the days right here, right, that we've done so far between this date and the current date came out to be the same right here, right? And we go down to the week, right? And we see how many weeks we've done so far, right? We get our weeks right here. Our weeks are 59 weeks so far, right? Then we come down here to the hours and we get our hours. Then we come down here to the second and we get our second right here, right? You know, we get our second right here, and this is the minute, this is the second, and this is the hour. We could just roughly state it because, like I said, it's always good to label it's always good to label your work. It makes it easy for you to track any mistakes. And this is mostly what we're going to do right here right now so that we can keep track of what we're doing. And you remember that I also said that leaving statements as text reduces error. Because if that's your original intent for it to be a title or a label, then it's best for you to leave it as a text. And we come down here. Okay, we run this. Okay, you see our days. The days it's the same thing as the day of the year. 59 weeks so far. The difference of hours from these 2 years is what we have right here, and the difference of minutes is what we have right here, and the difference of seconds is what we have right here. Now the milliseconds and the nanoseconds it's going to be a huge problem. You can see there's an overflow. So I have to go back and see how to properly do the milliseconds and the nanoseconds, right? Let me quickly copy this and do this as our last coding for the nanoseconds. Nanoseconds, right? So this two because of the way it's overflowing causes an error most of the time, and you would hardly use that for anything, but you still need to know it because it's coding. So now you've known how to use the date difference. thank you and